Dun dun dun. We're a day late.
Oh
Welcome to
wait, hold
the.
up. This sounds better.
Is that original sound?
Yeah,
All right, I'll turn mine on too.
I forgot to do that. Like a
All right.
fool.
Dun dun dun. We're a day late.
Sorry, man. I was sleeping. I was sleeping. You know, it's completely my fault. David, you can explain that I was sleeping.
He was asleep, and then I was like, "Hey, what are we gonna talk about?" I don't know. What's his response? A couple hours later, "Hey, when are we gonna record?" No response.
I was asleep.
Anyways, welcome to the Not Your Grandma's Playlist podcast, side quest thing. Today we're talking about Igor again.
Yes.
Not too much. Demit says there's a lot going on in the music world. I don't think there's too much going on
Uh,
personally.
I've got some news of my own. Like we have the singles we'll talk about, but there's some things I want to shout out and shit. There's like some really exciting news in the music world today, but we'll talk about that.
All right, well, let's get started with Igor then.
Hell yeah, and that's a nice dog, man.
I didn't know
Um,
you could hear that.
I can hear the dog. I enjoy it.
Can
This
you hear it?
adds like,
Can you hear it now?
oh yeah, what kind of dog is that?
I don't really particularly know.
Oh, well, anyway, so let's just do you want to give some background about Igor, about this Tyler
How
the
about
Creator
you give
record?
background while these dogs calm down?
Uh, yeah. So Tyler the Creator, he's this great rapper, and he was starting off in a really aggressive fashion at the start of his career, and I try to like listen to all of Tyler's work, but some of his work I don't want him to repeat stuff that he did in the past since it it has its ups and it has its downs, mostly downs in my opinion personally. I think Tyler the Creator aged, you know, as he keeps going, he's aging better and better. Um Flower Boy was a great record and that kind of showed his transitional period into this
Yeah,
like
Flower Boy was great. There's a couple tracks on there that I listen to very, very often.
exactly. And that kind of helped transition Tyler's like aesthetic and who will be his audience even changed a bit. And some audience, stayed the same and they grew with Tyler. Other audience members said, "This isn't old Tyler." And then he
This
gained a whole
sucks.
yeah. Then he gained a whole bunch of new audience. I don't Were you a I was a new audience
I
member.
was
How
a
about
new
you?
audience member.
Yeah, so this is how Tyler got me and David in. And so I think we should just start out with the title track.
All right, so Igor's theme is just kind of like an intro. There's nothing much specifically to it. The It kind of brings you into the album because the synths are super super fuzzy, which is going to be kind of a running theme throughout the album. The lo-fi-ness of it.
Yeah, it was I think like just like hearing those synths like come in, you kind of have an idea of what to expect. You have this drum beat coming in with just these it sounds like soul, but it also has this fuzziness to it, and it really helps you understand that we're in this world of Igor or this like new persona of Tyler's,
Yeah.
which he does have when he performs. He puts on a wig and a suit, and he's killing it.
Yeah, and then we move on to Earthquake, which is definitely the most popular song off the album. It's kind of bringing us into the whole romance of the story, the whole because this whole album is basically about breakup, right? It, which is kind of a
Yeah,
simple way of putting it, to be honest with you. But yeah, this next song brings us into like the romance and telling the story, and the synth, the beat in this whole thing, the piano line throughout it's really really nice. The Cardi feature I even think is pretty good. Demit.
this is probably one of the best Cardi features I've ever heard. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Am I gone? Okay. Yeah, I can hear you, man.
All right, then keep
Can
talking.
you hear me? Okay,
What
yeah.
what is going? I think you're
Playboy
hearing me
Cardi has
really
a
really late.
really?
You're responding like 3 seconds later.
Hold up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I don't understand what's that supposed to do.
I don't know either.
Okay, well,
Um,
anyways, keep talking.
so Playboy Cardi, I'm a big fan of Playboy Cardi, but sometimes his voice doesn't like really match. But here, I feel like Playboy's in his zone. This beat fits his voice so well, and yeah,
Especially with the like Tyler's pitched up vocals in this song. It kind of works with Cardi.
mm, yes, this
Yeah,
is
and the
a
and the
fantastic
the
song.
background synth too is like the there's a lot of layers to this that really make it earthquake.
Yeah, and just this whole idea is pretty funny. Just the word
Mm.
earthquake. What a funny
Yeah.
little. I don't know. I remember when this like song came out, and I was like telling my cousins like, "Ah, check it out." Like, check out this album. And then they looked at the song called Earthquake. He's like, "This is popular? Oh, that's a
Yeah.
funny name."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it is. Like, David, explain to me. What is an earthquake?
yeah. It's when you're riding around and someone's lovey making your heart break.
Yeah.
But yeah, this song is um it's good. There's nothing else to it. It's like the most popular song. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's in my top half. Now that Ashna's brought that idea of the top halves in here, I'm gonna start implementing that.
Ooh, top halftime.
Yeah, so this is
Ooh.
definitely like one of the better songs.
I
Then we
I can agree with that. With
yeah, then we go into I think.
Now this is I prefer I think over earthquake much
Really
more.
interesting.
I love this beat so much. The way the drums just come in and he's saying full, full. I'm like, hell yeah, Tyler, hell
Yeah.
yeah. Get me in the mood. And the hook is just so good, though, where it's like, I don't know where I'm going. No, that's the first. Fuck. I
It's
think
like
I'm
I think
falling
I'm
in
falling
love.
in love. Yeah. I
This
think
time I
this time
think
I think it's for real.
it's so good. And he's just saying like skate and four, which is
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, the story is basically a breakup, and it's starting off with earthquake, establishing the relationship. I think is like, oh, I think I'm in love.
and he's skating.
Yeah.
They're skating, man. And it's weird. I feel like this song you have Solange like singing. Is that how you say her name?
Solange.
Yeah, Solange is singing in this.
Yeah.
And her voice is so good. I love
I mean,
Solange.
Solange
fans.
is just good. I mean, what was that on one album that she released? Fuck, it's a really good album too. It's the one with like it starts off with the some things I imagined. What's that
Yeah,
album?
I don't remember, man. I'm not a huge Solange fan. I'm sorry. I'm uncultured.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I just
It's When I Get Home.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the song I think is just so good, and just the idea of like, being in that moment where it's like, "Oh shit. Am I in love?" David, tell me, have
Mhm.
you ever had that moment hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Of course. Great. Then up next we got exactly what you run from. You.
End up chasing.
Yeah. Sorry. The name kind of cut off here on Spotify, so I
Oh,
don't know what it
it's
ends with.
exactly what you run from, you end up chasing.
There you go. But just all it is just him saying it. Nothing much to say about it. So we'll skip to the next one. Running out of time.
Ooh, I love the way this opens.
Yeah, 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 yeah. With just that kind of bass, just boom, boom. It's so cool.
And just singing like running out of time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It like it's so catchy, it sticks in your head, and you're like, this is a song I'm gonna. And honestly, like throughout this album, like at this point, you're pretty much remembering every song. These
Yeah.
hooks are so fucking memorable, and they're so
Mhm.
fucking good. I love
Especially
these beats.
and the ending too, with all the harmonies, is so freeing.
Yes, it's the beat. This is like one of my just like this sounds like a song you'd turn on in like a mid lighting room while you're cooking mac and cheese. I don't know why, but
Mm.
it's just so good. And you're running out of time to cook the mac and cheese because your friends are hungry, David, but you haven't made the mac and cheese yet. You're running out of time.
Is that what he's talking about? Is that what's going on?
No, not at all.
No, I know.
But it should be.
Yeah. Then Running Out of Time, great song. Then we got New Magic Wand, one of my favorites off the album.
Yeah. New Magic Wand is, I feel like that's like,
It's
that's
kind
the
of going
second hit
back
right
to
there.
like, yeah, it's kind of going back to OG Tyler a little bit.
yeah, this is the song, like, I think he performed this at the Grammys, didn't he?
Yeah, this one in Earthquake with Boys to Men.
And that was amazing. Like, the beat is so hard, grimy, and dirty, but it
Mhm.
also combines with the soulful nature that we've been like going through the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I like how
Uh,
the electronic piano just follows his vocal line the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. That was a great ad
And
because it's hard to find a melody in stuff like this to just kind of really emphasizing it makes it pop.
and then, something else I really also like about this song is, the very ending, the breakdown where
Yeah.
he just goes. That's the thing that, all right, so if you haven't heard of this song, you have, because if you notice the ending, like if you just like skip towards the ending where you have that like little beat coming in,
Mhm.
you'll recognize it because it's so iconic.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of Who Dat Boy. Right? Who
Yeah,
Dat
yeah.
Boy? Yeah. And New Magic Wand, it's from what I think it's about like he's trying to have this person not leave him, because in the song beforehand there's this idea that like this relationship is going to end,
Mhm.
and he's really trying to keep the interest in there. And then we have the next song, which is, all right, so A Boy's a Gun. Tell me, David. Tell me. What is this about? Because like to me, it sounds like it's about like police brutality and all that. I don't
Mhm.
think it's about love, unless I'm wrong. Because the lyrics, like if you're just listening to it, it sounds like a really nice like song, like explaining like who they see as dangerous and the racism in America and all of that.
Mhm.
But I could be wrong. Well,
I can see it like that. I'm sure it's obviously with songs, there's like so many ways to analyze it, but there's definitely I forget. I remember I was reading about it like a long time ago about what this song was about. I honestly don't remember. Um, but I'm sure it has something to do with the narrative. But then also, the whole police brutality thing is definitely uh, you know, it's definitely probably one of the ways of looking at it.
some people say it's like apparently like bisexuality is what I'm reading up here on Genius Lyrics really quickly.
I don't know if you want to check out Genius lyrics.
I think they might be I take it more as like, they're talking about a boy with a gun or a boy is a gun, and it seems like they're just like relating to, this person that we see. The police are assuming that he's a gun and they have to shoot him, because the whole
Yeah.
like thing is saying like don't shoot me now, and like you're so fucking dangerous and all that.
Yeah.
It's a great, and this definitely the most Kanye-esque song is something I'm gonna have to say, even though it doesn't have our boy Kanye on it. It sounds like something you could hear from like Yeezus, from like Bound 2 especially, with the beat.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the songs off this album can be a Kanye song, to be honest.
Speaking of Kanye,
You broke up there.
Did you like that transition?
You broke up there.
I broke up.
Yeah.
Wait, am I there? So the transition, you got Puppet.
Okay.
That has Kanye on it.
It
Kanye.
does.
Yes. How about
does
you
have
start
Kanye.
with this Puppet? You start with Puppet.
I didn't really realize Kanye was on here. Like, I forgot that Kanye was on this track. Yeah, I like this one too. I think this is one of my least, or not my least favorite, but one of my lesser favorite songs off the album, to be honest with you.
I can agree with that. Like, it's still a good song, but it's not as good as the others, at least in my opinion.
I think it pushes it into the Kanye-ness a little bit too much, whereas the other ones have their own flavor to it.
That's true. And this is very much, I mean, it's got Kanye on it. So, you know, they embrace the Kanye.
Yeah, exactly. Then, what's good?
I like this song.
Yeah. What do you like about this one?
I love the heavy beat and just everything, like with the keyboard. This is more like old Tyler. He's going intense. He's yelling, but also like it has such a sweet chorus to it, I think. Is this the one with the sweet chorus?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's such a nice contrast, and you know, I don't know, just this whole like production of like this album leading, it's all consistent in production wise. Like you feel like you're listening to the same album the whole time, but everything has its own flavor. Each song has its own identity, and that's something really important to.
Yeah. And it's also like never too much. It's just the right amount of kind of intensity and low fineness, and just like distortion to it, you know?
Yeah, and one of my favorite lines right here is if the cops ask my name, bitch, I'm Igor. Or yeah, I said that right. I keep getting Igor and Igor confused.
Did you used to call it Igor?
I did, because all right.
Oh,
so
that's cringe.
I know, because I grew up with Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks, and in there they call him Igor. So I was just like, Igor makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So I was a very stupid child.
Yeah. All right, but Gone, thank you. I like this one a lot. Just the over chorus, the chorus, God, I can't speak today. What's wrong with me? Just everything about this song is good.
It's a really good ass song. The 6 minutes it doesn't feel like 6 minutes.
No, it doesn't. It's definitely feels like there's two separate parts to it, in my opinion. Like,
yeah,
you kind of realize when it breaks up. I think when Tyler really comes in, that's when I personally think of when Thank You comes in. But before that, he has his voice pitched up, and that sounds super nice with the chorus. The choir like esque thing, the other voices, the harmonies.
It's such a I love the harmonies. Everything about this song is good, and that when you appreciate a song is when you can make a long song sound like it went by in 3 minutes, even though it's
yeah. And then the ending with thank you for the love, thank you for the something else, I forgot what it is. That is just a nice way to end this song. It's so pretty.
Yeah. It gives a good like closure amount of like acceptance. Then number 11, okay.
I Don't Love You
Out
Anymore.
of all the songs, so I've been saying pretty positive things about every single song. This is the one song I'm not as big of a fan of personally.
I can see that. It's not as I like a lot of things about this song still, because because there's so many aspects of it that are like the other songs, and I like the other songs a lot, so I like certain aspects of this, but I'm not super crazy about it.
Yeah. Like the only thing I really like on this is where he goes, I don't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore. Like, with the high pitched voice.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. But the rest of it, like the verses and everything, it just didn't flow off as nicely for me, at least for my ears and my taste.
Yeah.
Like this is definitely like without question, it's my least favorite song.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had to rank all these songs, this is bottom. Last one.
Okay.
But regardless, I still think this album finishes really strong with the very last song, Are We Still Friends?
This is the strongest ending I've heard in a while.
I wasn't expecting such a strong ending, and I'm
Yeah.
upset that more people don't talk about this song.
Yeah, like with the R&B feel to it, it's so just chill. And the
Yeah,
message behind it too, like asking, "Oh, are we still friends? Could we like, hang out? Could we still talk? Could we still be in contact with each other?" Not that's not verbatim, but
I think for anyone that's gone breakups, Dave, I'm sure you've gone through a breakup or two
Yeah,
in your
indeed,
life.
indeed.
And this album came around during a time where I actually did ask this question for someone. Um, but it's it really is a question you ask about like after you break up with someone, because it's like
Mm.
that's somebody you shared your life with, well, a decent part of your life, or maybe you didn't. I don't know, but they were in your life, right? So the question is like, is this like the ending, or are you still friends?
Yeah. And
It's
it's and the way Tyler kind of sings these verses and choirs are so emotional and so almost desperate at times.
Yeah, it sounds like his voice is almost breaking in tears
Mm.
because he wants to be friends.
Yeah. And then that middle break is perfect for what comes next. It just gives us a little time and then it builds up to that just hugeness. The sound just gets even bigger.
Mm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
I just love this sentence. That's all I
Yeah.
can say.
And I think the ending kind of uh the ending lines are super great as well. The way it's the song is kind of just him saying, "Are we still friends?" over and over again. But in between, there's just little verses he adds that just
And
add
it's
an
so
extra layer to
nice.
things. Yeah.
Um, so this is where I've gotta ask you, because we've basically gone through the whole album now,
Yeah.
all 12 songs, and this is a pretty short album actually, 39
Yeah.
minutes. Um, but I have to know, David. I have to know. What is your? I've like made up my rating in my mind, and it hasn't changed. Like I'm very strong on my choice, but I want to know what's your rating.
I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Shit. All right. I guess I'm more of a 9.5 out of 10 on this.
Well, you're higher than me.
Yes. Yes. Well, because I really think like for me the one sleeper is I Don't Love You Anymore.
Mm-hmm.
After like listening through this like a bunch, I enjoyed every song except that, but it's a very like high 9 for me. And I do think that Tyler's masterpiece is coming. I think that's very much.
I mean, even if it doesn't come,
It's
we still have this.
you're right. This is a great album, but I think we're about to get something even better.
I'm just waiting for the sequel to the Dr. Seuss album he made.
That's what you really want.
That's what I want.
That's what you want. Dr. Seuss.
But yeah, I think for me, I give it a 9 instead of like a 9.5, because I think that every song on here is still a banger, except for I Don't Love You Anymore. But there are a couple songs that I have most of the songs kind of saved on my Spotify, but there are a couple here and there where I'm just like, nah, I wouldn't be listening to this as much.
Gotcha. I understand. Like, yeah, but this is a very good album. This is a fantastic. Tyler is an artist that's he's been growing for so long, and looking at his trajectory, he's only been growing. I feel like this is um kind of like in if we compare his career to Kendrick Lamar, this is his Good Kid, Mad City before To Pimp a Butterfly.
We'll see. I don't, those are some strong words there.
Could be. I personally really like. I constantly like change my rating between Good Kid and To Pimp a Butterfly constantly. I can't decide which one I like more.
I think to Pimp a Butterfly is definitely the kind of obvious choice, to be honest.
You're a jazz boy. You're a jazz enjoyer.
Yeah.
Okay, understandable. I can understand that. But let's move on to our singles.
All right, great.
Quick news update though. Actually, I'll talk about that later. I'm gonna put that at the end
Yeah.
because it goes with my album choice.
Okay.
Yeah. So first, I want to start off with Brockhampton's "Count on Me," which is wow.
Really?
You didn't like this?
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was wow though. I thought when I heard it, I don't know if it just needs to grow on me or anything, but when I kind of listened to it, I thought I was like, oh, this is good, but it's not my favorite. I like Buzzcut a lot more, and I think I like other tracks from
Buzzcut's
Brockhampton a lot more.
Buzzcut's good. All right, I guess I think this is a really nice song to. I think this is exactly what Kevin Abstract said on Twitter, but it's a song that you drive in the car with at night. It really is. I don't know. I just vibed with it, man. And when you vibe with it in the right context, it's a wow moment. But I guess like it's Buzzcut, you can vibe at any point. Buzzcut's a better song, don't get me wrong. But I was expecting a much sleeper single, like a lower
I
one,
mean,
you know?
I was expecting pretty good stuff regardless. I don't think that Brockhampton's going to be releasing any sleepers anytime soon, to be quite frank. But I did think that this one was not. I think it's above mid. I don't think it's a bad song. I don't think it's the
I'd
best
give it
song.
about. I personally give it. I'm gonna give my rating away just to make sure you don't. I don't think this is. I don't think this is as good as Buzzcut. I admit, but it is a 4 in my books.
A 4.
Yeah, it's a 4.
I don't. The thing is that I don't particularly remember what I gave.
You give Buzzcut a 5
How do you remember that?
because we gave a lot of 5s that day.
Oh, I'll give this like a 4. Yeah, 4 maybe. I don't know. I don't find myself going out to listen to this that much.
Yeah. And then I want to talk about a pretty. I think it's time to talk about Sip It. Iggy Azalea is
Oh
back.
no. I
She's
thought this
back.
song. Yeah, I thought this song kind of sucked.
Yes, it very much sucked. But we talk about a lot of positive music, right? Like songs we like. Not all the time. I guess we talked about Justin Bieber, but I thought, given like how many high ratings we gave last week, I thought I want to see a popular artist release a bad song, right?
Yeah.
And here it is. She's back, but I sure wish she wasn't.
Yeah, it's nothing new. It kind of sucks.
The beat is awful.
Yeah, the beat's really really bad. The feature's not even that good. It doesn't help the song at all.
Look,
Her lyrics are kind of like fucking just dumb. I think I feel like she wanted this song to be like a new WAP or WAP or a new up, but it's just not working.
Lyrically, it could have worked, right? I think just the flow was weak. The whole execution of this was weak. Everything. And it felt like she found a 50-cent beat, not even a dollar beat, 50 cents. And not 50 Cent the rapper.
Yeah, I was confused there for a second.
No, this is like, how people say it's a dollar beat? This is less than a dollar. This is like freesound.org beat.
Yeah, there's honestly nothing good about this beat.
There's nothing good about the song, except like maybe the idea, but that's it. This is honestly like 0.5 out of 5. Might be a 0.
I give it a 0. I didn't like it. I will never come back to this song.
It's very bad. I think I'd need to turn it off if I heard it come on. Like if it's on at a store for some reason, I'm gonna find the store speaker, and I'm turning that shit off.
I agree. I would too.
I think that's gonna it's gonna end you up on like some like Facebook video saying man gets angry about music.
Yeah. But what's next?
The Voidz.
I have a lot to say about this song actually.
Okay.
I don't know if I like it or I don't like it. 'Cause there are aspects of this song that I really, really like. Like the chorus, I think is super, super nice. But I when it started, I didn't understand what was happening, and I didn't like that.
Yeah. I mean, the important thing to know in context is there's the internal Teo from 2019, right? And
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, this is and I'm not sure how much changed because I'm not like a big Voidz fan. I'm trying to get into the Voidz because But yeah, this is a 2.0, and it sounds very similar if you look on Spotify.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're checking it out right now.
No, but I'll listen to it later.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed this song. I love the auto tune on the vocals.
Yeah,
That's
I like the autotune in the vocals and the chorus a lot. What I didn't like about the Eternal 2.0, I was a little confused by the beginning bass, like dun dun dun. But I think what I was expecting was the strokes, and I had to turn off my brain and think, okay, this is the voice, not the strokes.
yeah,
And so I got used to it. But then what I got confused by was the kind of ska and Jamaican
yeah.
vibe they just randomly went into, and I thought they did not execute that well. The chorus I thought they executed really well.
The question is, I guess this to me is a 3.5.
I give
I
it a
think.
I give it a 3 because I don't think I could come back to this. Even
Mm,
as much as I really like the chorus, I don't think I can come back to this because I had to listen to that like wannabe reggae.
yeah. Um. Yeah. Okay, I understand. We've got one more single. Very quickly, we have to talk about her because she is making waves right now. Everyone's curious where her career is going, and that is Olivia Rodrigo. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, Rodrigo, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So, and with her track Deja Vu, what did you think of this?
I thought it was meh. I honestly I couldn't like I thought the what the subject matter was cute. I thought the musical side of it was nice, but I didn't see anything special with it. Honestly, I didn't think I
Mm.
haven't heard any of the other stuff either, so I'm not sure where to put my basis off of if she's getting better or not. But
Uh,
it just nothing really excited me.
ah, see, for me, this was and I was talking with this about Ashna. Like, I think Ashna had a similar thing. She said some stuff was pretty cool, but not a song she thinks she would return to. Versus me, I really fucked with this song, and I have a reason. I am a huge fan of the group Superorganism, a very big fan, and this beat at times with the synthesizers sound very similar, and the layering of the vocals. And Superorganism hasn't released a song in a fat minute. So I'm like deprived out here of one of my favorite groups that I want to release a new album because they only have one fucking album out. And then this song kind of fills that void for me. And I love her voice and I love that synth coming in. It's just sweet synth and the beat coming in with this like lo-fi background. I don't know. It make me the happy. I could care less about the lyrics on this.
Alrighty then. Yeah,
uh,
I don't know. For me, I didn't. Though I think I might be just biased because of my general music taste.
yeah.
Um, I didn't see anything special with it. I thought
For me,
sure I'm excited to see where she'll go, but it's not really like,
what would
there's
you
no
give
real
it?
hype for me. Again, this is tough because I thought that I found more enjoyment out of the Voids than
Mm.
this.
Well,
Um,
you're gonna have to rate it lower than the Voids, I guess.
yeah, which I don't want to do, which is a problem. Because I think this is like fine. I think this has no harm. I'm gonna give it 3, because I think this song has no harm. It's meh. It's good.
For me, it's a 4 because I've been enjoying this a lot, and like Driver's License didn't really get me into her music. This has, this is this has me excited. I'm curious. I'm invested now. Call me an Olivia fan. Like I'm gonna jump on her train before she becomes the next Billie Eilish. Because that's
Um. Alrighty then. I'm gonna just stop you there. Uh, don't know about that one, but alright,
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, that's it for singles. So now
Shout
it's time
outs.
for a bit of a shout outs. I want to shout out Igloo Ghost's album. That's beautiful. The strings on it is fantastic. The production is fantastic. It make me tasty. Uh Quadeca also dropped his album, which I think is really good. I think it's a Quadeca album worth listening to. I don't know if everyone's gonna enjoy it because some hits are. I mainly like it for the production. The rap flow is still kind of cheesy white boy rapper at times. But I
Yeah.
think the production's fantastic. So if you're like somebody who just wants to hear some really good produced beats, I don't know. I could see this album being a spring off board for Quetzalcoatl to become a producer for people. Maybe not a rapper. I'm sure he's gonna, still rap, but that's what I feel like this will.
That'd be interesting. I'd like to see something like that.
Yeah, because like his production skills, the fact that he produced this entire album by himself, it proves that he sure has like the talent. And this, yeah. So I'm curious. Like, I'm sure he's gonna work with some people soon. That's what I think of. So that's my shout out right there.
Sounds good. I have no real shout outs. Once again, very busy week for me. Not listening to much anything new.
All right, and I guess you know what that brings me to.
To your suggestion.
My suggestion. Here we go. What we're going to be listening to this week. So this is a story kind of. This band, recently their entire discography went on Spotify, which is like, I think the only thing missing was one album made in 2013, and that's it. Because they don't have many albums out, but they are talking. They just signed into a new record label. They're talking about releasing a new album, which would be fantastic considering their last one was in 2013. And we're not going to listen to the 2013 one. We're going to listen to the one that was made before that, which was in 1991. We're going old, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Do you know what band this is, David? This legendary
No,
band that
not at
almost
all.
bankrupted a whole label because they took so long to make this album.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
My Bloody Valentine. We're listening to Loveless.
What the fuck?
Have you ever heard of this?
I know of My Bloody Valentine, but I haven't given any of their music a go.
This is a shoegaze album. It's a wall of noise. They have the record of playing the third loudest show in history. The band members' hearings are definitely damaged because of that. I'm a big fan of this album, Loveless. And the album art, you see, at first I hated it, but now I'm a huge fan of it.
Well, I'm excited. I originally thought are they a metal band?
No.
I originally thought they were a metal band, but I guess
They're-
not.
Well, it's a shoegaze band, and you'll understand. This is a very noisy. Well, it's not a noisy in the sense that you would think. You'll see what I mean. This is
All right, I'll check it out. Well, I have to check it out, so.
yeah. And for our viewers who are checking it out, just know, like, I'm talking about the music circle right here. David's heard of this album. He knows that it exists.
I haven't.
No, you haven't heard of this?
No, I've only heard of the band, like I said before.
Oh, well, this album is regarded as like the top shoegaze album of all time, which is like in the more shoegaze circle of things. Which is, if you want similar things, you can listen to M83 or Slow Dive and a couple of other bands out there in the shoegaze. Yeah.
All right, cool. That's it. We're done.
All right. Adios.
Yeah, we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all next week for the next episode. Kind of a short podcast, not much going on. We're both very busy people. So that's why maybe our enthusiasm might be a little lower today as well. Very tired.
We're getting to the finals.
Yeah, we're getting to the end of the semester now. So if we skip a week at some point, that's probably why. Or if we come onto the podcast, we're not like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" Or just because we're just like so dead.
Yeah. I'm out here trying to, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
for
right.
listening.
Thank you. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.
Adios.